There's a shot. It goes in. It goes in. Abbott Maloney wins it for Syracuse.
Oh, a heartbreaker for the RIT women's hockey team as their season came to a close last February, losing to eventual CHA champion Syracuse in an overtime thriller down in the Cuse. Welcome back to RIT Hockey Media Day, where the spotlight now shines on the women's hockey program as we welcome in the Bruce Bates women's hockey coach, Celeste Brown. Coach, another season, looking back at last year, you had Syracuse on the ropes at home.
Yeah.
Do you think about what might have been if you got to that championship game?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at just the growth throughout the season, it was pretty incredible. I think we caught everyone's attention in our league too, and so, I mean, I'm proud of where they got to and what they did, and sort of take it for what it is and use it as fuel to the fire. I mean, if we would have made it to the next game, I think we would have been cooking strictly on like adrenaline.
Of course.
But still, like, playoffs are anyone's game, so super positive that we ended on a high and just excited to carry that into this season.
Yeah, the overall record maybe not obviously what you'd like it to be last year, but how encouraged are you by the way that your team played towards the end there and really seemed to get things together?
Yeah, no, it is encouraging. You know, I think a lot of times people can look at results or what's on the outside, and that's very real too, don't get me wrong. But we talked a lot about last year what success inside our four walls was, and that's a matter of like rebuilding too, right? We have a chosen group now, and they're choosing to work together and grow. And so, again, just culturally, we've grew everyone from, that was our first year, so we had 12 of them last year.
Yeah.
They're sophomores now. That's an exciting space to be in. They come back a little more confident and calm on the ice. We've added a few other puzzle pieces there, so it's going to be a fun next couple of weeks to sort of see where we stand and what's working for us and what we need to improve on.
Yeah, you dove into the transfer portal as well this past offseason. You picked up Amy Dobson from Penn State, as well as Nicole Ness from St. Cloud State. What are the type of players are they, and can they make an instant impact on this program?
Yeah, totally. I mean, first off, they're great humans, right? So you're not coming in this program unless you check that box.
Yeah.
And then secondly, like, they take care of their academics, and then they're great athletes from top to bottom. So I believe they'll have impact, right? Amy Dobson coming from PSU, like, that is a program that has worked to turn everything around. She's been through that process, and she also is a great hockey player. She has great vision. She provides calm, but she also provides this like leadership space that has a perspective like, hey, I know I have some younger groups with me. Let me like help pull this along, put the culture in the right direction, which is something that you not necessarily find in a fifth year. And then Nicole Ness, like, that kid's physicality and grit is through the roof. And so even in the CHA, it's through the roof. So you take her from the WCHA, she can rip the puck. Like, I expect she'll produce for us this coming season.
Fantastic. Well, one of the Tigers that you're going to want to keep an eye on this year is in the net. Sarah Coe returns for her sophomore season after a terrific freshman campaign. Coe was named the CHA All-Rookie Team last year, and she finished the season strong. In the month of February alone, Coe had a .964 save percentage and a 2.68 goals against. In each of her 5 starts in the season's final month, she finished with 30 or more saves. What do you expect of her? Obviously, going in, she's got to be your number one, and she proved she can steal some games too for you, or at least keep you in them.
Yeah, no, Sarah speaks for herself,
Yeah.
right? I threw her into the fire last year right from the beginning. There was really no time other than just like, Sarah, you're going.
Yeah.
And I think even some of those stats are probably impacted by some of the beginning of our season. But if you look at the stats, like coming down the narrow end, you're like, holy cow, you got a goaltender here. And so she provides like steady confidence to our team from the back end. And it allows our kids to like take chances, right? That's what you want. Like, I expect her the same as everyone else. Like, she came in and shaved fit and took care of business over the summer. And so, better product on the ice in front of her, more confidence, just more repetition in what we're trying to do. I think she's going to be a huge part to our puzzle moving forward.
And she, the way she's played, gives confidence to those in front of her as well, I would think.
Totally,
Yeah.
right? And And she loves to break out the puck, too, if you take a look at that. So she's a good sixth player for us back there.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, the Tigers are certainly a young group, as Coach mentioned, but obviously transfer Amy Dobson is a fifth year. And only other senior in the group is Hana Solinger, who's been with the program since she was a freshman. And Hana joins us live now on RIT Hockey Media Day. You know, it's been a tough few years, Hana, but each season brings a clean slate. What encourages you about this team going into a new year?
Just having a really strong end of the season last year. We're all really excited to come into this year, and having that exhibition game last week, we're all fired up from those results, staying in the game all 3 periods. But yeah, just having a strong end of the year last year fired us all up for this year.
Do you feel this team, maybe, you picked to finish 5th in the CHA, maybe based on what you did last year, do you feel like you're counted out and this is really a team that can make some noise this season?
Yeah, in some ways for sure, but I think we're going to surprise people this year, and we want to be hard to play against and have that identity of being able to play all 3 periods and pushing the pace and just making those other teams scared to play us.
Yeah, absolutely. You're one of the oldest, most experienced Tigers. Are you comfortable taking on a more vocal role in the locker room and on the ice because of your experience?
Yeah, definitely. I'd say through all the 3 years I've been here, the ups and downs, I think people look up to me and the experiences I've had going through COVID and transferring with a different coach. I think people respect that and want to know what I have to say and the experiences I've gone through.
Yeah, and going through all of that, I mean, it's obviously been probably tough and kind of like a roller coaster at times, but is the biggest thing patience through all that, especially what your coaches preached? It's like putting a puzzle together? Yeah,
for sure. I think just waiting it out and waiting for the good things to come out of it, and it definitely has throughout these 4 years, or 3 years, and this upcoming year it's going to be a good one too.
Well, Hana, we hope the hard work pays off for you and your fellow Tigers this season. Thank you so much for joining us on Hockey Media Day, and best of luck this weekend at UConn.
Thank you.
Hana Solinger with us here, Coach. Obviously, it is game week. I just touched on that. You are headed to Storrs, Connecticut tomorrow. Let's take a look at what lies ahead for the RIT women's hockey team as they begin their season on Friday and Saturday at UConn. Then you'll visit 13th ranked Vermont, a lot of New England trips, a lot of travel. You're going to get to know this team. They're going to get to know each other very well on all these road trips before coming home for a Division I newcomer. St. Michael's comes to the Policini Center October 7th and 8th. After that, road series against 6th ranked Colgate. We saw them last year. A weekend at RPI before closing out the month of October with a home-and-home series with Syracuse, the defending CHA champions. And just a note for all fans, all RIT women's home games and CHA contests will be broadcast on Flow Hockey this season. The men's games as well on Flow Hockey this season. Coach, a daunting schedule, 11 home games only, but you've never shied away against the competition, the better competition. You've got some ranked teams in there once again. That only helps you get better, doesn't it?
Totally. So, I mean, if you want to progress and you want to be the best, you got to play the best, right? And so that's what we did last year too. And those games are hard. They're really hard. But what it teaches you is so much. Not only the game of hockey, but like grit and the ability to fight and be like, hey, I'm here. And that's what I want our players to be able to do. We're excited to go back and face some of these teams that we faced last year and see how we've grown and see where we line up. But we're excited to face some new competition in there. And yeah, we're on the road a lot. But like you said, it's a great opportunity for our players to get to know each other. And, they're diligent about what they're doing, so I'm not worried. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great season, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, the road can be a place where chemistry and things can form when you're spending so much time together, traveling all over the country. Well, it's hard to believe it's been 10 years since the program captured the Division III National Championship at Ritter Arena. Well, on October 29th, the team coach was a big part of, honored. They will be honored during the Tigers matchup with Syracuse. Oh, a great moment here. Celeste living it, rushing that ice, that feeling of winning a championship. Make sure you get your tickets now. October 29th, when Syracuse is in town, the 2012 Women's National Champions will be here. Does it seem like yesterday for you? And what will it be like to have that team back here to be honored 10 years later?
Yeah, it's wild. I can't believe it was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's going to be unbelievable. I think it's going to be great energy, and it's also play Syracuse, which is kind of like a friendly rival right down the road. You know, we're working to get back to those levels and those championships. That's what we want to bring into this building again. And so I think it'll be a special opportunity for our players, too, to just sort of be around that or see that energy through the rink, whether it's up on the board or them honoring and be like, oh, okay. Because that championship mentality has lived here before, and it should be back here. So great opportunity for everyone. And, of course, I have some buddies in there, so it'll be a lot of fun to be around. And, and for the fans, too, they're already excited. I'm getting emails and texts. What's going on? How can I get back? Et cetera, et cetera.
It was an electric time to win the championship, and then just a few days later, the program announced they were moving from Division III to Division I. Obviously, to get to that point, to get to a national championship now at this level, you got to get through the conference first. The conference format also changing this season for the CHA. The Tigers now have been picked to finish 5th in the 5-team CHA preseason poll, but we know how the coaches feel about preseason polls. The goal is to be in the top 4. You qualify for the CHA playoffs if you're in the top 4. The CHA instituting a different format this year, with the semifinals being a best of 3, February 24th through the 26th. The championship will be held March 3rd or 4th. The top remaining seed will host that championship game. Your thoughts on the new format? Do you like it, and the chances of your team getting in and making some noise?
Yeah, no, so, I mean, just wait and see. That's all I have to say. The championship format has shifted this year just because we're waiting for Robert Morris, league partner, to come back. But, hey, what a great and exciting opportunity. Every game matters now, right? Where in the past, although it does matter, there's parts like, oh, we're gonna make it. Now it's like, you don't do it, you're not going to make it. So I think it's great. Like, pressure is a privilege sometimes in those moments, knowing like, hey, my shift matters every time I step on the ice. So we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to getting into our league and fighting and clawing, because that's what the CHA is. It's a dogfight every time you step on the ice. So it'll be exciting to see what the 4 teams are at the end.
Well, best of luck to you and the Tigers this season, and obviously safe travels out to Storrs, Connecticut this weekend as you head out there tomorrow again to face UConn this coming weekend. And we'll see you back here in a couple of weeks against St. Michael's.
Yeah, we're excited to be back, and thanks for having us. And we hope to see our Tiger fans in the stands, and we'll be here ready to rock when October hits.
Yeah, absolutely. Get your tickets now for both the men's and women's teams, RITtickets.com. Well, still to come here this afternoon, Athletic Director Jackie Nicholson shares her expectations for the hockey programs and discusses the transformation and improvements being made to athletic facilities across campus. That is next. You're watching RIT Hockey Media Day.